Brought to you in part by Susan Shoup at Exclusive Realtors, servicing South Chicagoland, Northwest Suburbs, Kankakee, and Will County. Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. Today I'm going to be putting on some power struts for the front hood of this Plaid so that we can open and close it with the remote without having to actually touch the hood. The stock setup is it just pops open and you have to lift it up, and when you close it you kind of have to put two hands on the hood in order to lock it in, and sometimes you don't want to put handprints on the car or even dents if somebody closes it and doesn't do it right. So I will ask to please up front like and subscribe. I'm getting there with my numbers, and hopefully within a month or so I can hit 1,000. That's what I'm trying to, at least my first mark I'm trying to get. Anyway, this is the hand show kit. This is the mechanism here that opens the hood or unlatches it. That's the control module. You get your hood struts and the wiring harness, and they give you plenty of zip ties and stuff like that. But you probably first just want to start pulling off these plastic covers. They just pop off. And next you're going to pull this off so you can get the liner out. So now we can just, actually there's this piece in here. You have to unplug it. And then this comes out. Now inside here, there is two 10mm bolts, and then there's some on the outside edges here that you got to get out, and you can take this trunk piece out. So unlike the older cars, there's only 4 bolts to hold that in there. And now you're pretty much cleared. There's a giant radiator right there. Now the next move is we're going to take this piece off here so we can add the part that they have. So there's a tab in here. After you pull this back, you got to lift it up so it will pull out. So in some of the other videos I've seen, they do this part really quick, so it might be hard to notice what you're doing. But these bolt holes line up like this. And then there's this pin on the top. You pull this spring out of this slot. It's got a little hook. It's not very tight. And get it out of the way. And then you're going to run this over that pin, and then drop this spring there we go, and then just lock it back in. And now it's together. Now we're just going to bolt this back up. So in the wiring harness they give you, you have this piece here that plugs into where the original one was, and then this piece goes into the new one. Or actually, I'm sorry, the old plug goes in there. And there's going to be a few like that. Now, what I did is I just replaced one of these struts already. So to get this off, it's fairly simple. There's this little, it's not focusing. There's a little clip here that you can just lift up with a screwdriver. You lift it up just a little bit and it comes right off on both ends. And then the new one just pops on there. So, like I said, right here, you can come behind this clip and pry it out just a little bit. Right off. I'm gonna hurry up and put this on because you only got one side open. There we go. So now there's all these plugs. So basically what you got to do, these are for the motors. This looks like there's a speaker that makes noise when you open and close. And then there's a couple plugs here. But they're all labeled for what they're for. Okay, I know it looks like a lot, but it's very simple. It's just that the wires are probably longer than they need to be. But everything clicks in to a plug that it goes into. As far it cannot, you can't plug them in wrong, basically. So this is the speaker, but so you just plug everything in that they give you. So you plug in this motor in. There's plugs here that have like a jumper, so you can unplug the stock. It's like almost when you plug in trailer wiring harness. It like goes in between it, like tees it. And then there is, get a light on it, down there. That plug going straight down. That's another like T thing, and it's got this cable running to it. For like a release. So everything's plugged in. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm just gonna zip tie. I gotta mount this box. Probably gonna put it here because of the way the wires are. It's kind of got to go there. They say they to mount it downward, but there's no way, since this is getting stuck on, that I'm gonna do that. So I'm probably gonna put it on sideways right here. Okay, so when you mount, I decided, executive decision, instead of mounting it on that side, blocking that sticker, I mounted it on this side, but you do have to go low enough so that the tub clears when you drop it in. Because the first time I stuck it on, it was too high, so I had to lower it. But all the wires are zip tied in. I end up putting the ground on this side because the box is here. It would reach to here, but there's no point. So the only thing I have to do because of that is you have to cut this end off anyway. So I'm just gonna extend, put a splice a wire on. It just has about 2 feet extra. So the next thing though I got to do is get the emergency cable out of this hole. So you don't need any tools for this. You just press it and it pops out. And these are the wires that you use to open the car up if it's the battery's dead. Inside this hole there is a small gap under there. Let me get a light. So here you go. There's a space there. You're gonna go under and it's gonna come out through here. And then you're just gonna attach this with tape or something to the end and just pull it out. So I got it pulled through and zip tied to the wires here. So now you're just supposed to push it back in there and that's where it sits. This little pull cord. So everything is where it needs to be. You can see that it's powered up. So this is the positive connection. It just goes on the jump post. You just strip the wire, you wrap it around, and then put the cover back on. And I just put a zip tie on top to hold the cap down. Not that I think it's going to come off, but just for extra measures. So now all there is to do is test it. So first I'm going to use the key fob trunk button. And then open. Okay, now as far as this goes, this is not made to like open it at any time, so someone cannot just pop this out and pull it and open it up. It won't work that way. So the suction motor, if that was to burn out, when you hit your regular release, it will pop up initially, and then you'll pull that handle to unlock it so you could lift it the rest of the way. So that's what that's for. So no one can just pop that out and like break into it. So I got that in. Just drop the carpet back in. Now you just push this back on. It's gonna hold that piece in there. Just work around the edges. You put this rubber gasket on, you got to make sure that it is seated all the way down, all the way around, or else the hood will have a hard time closing. I mean, it will close, but it won't close all the way. There you go. Everything is back together. And that's it. So I think this is going to be pretty nice. This will also work from in here. And then open it back up. That will also work from the app. So like if you're not even around the car and someone needed to get in your trunk and you were somewhere else and the car's at home, you can open it from there too. So yeah, you could unlock it, they can go in and do it, but if they don't have the key or anything, you could do it like this. So I think I like that setup too. I did just try it with the app, it works flawless. The only difference between the standard, like the rear stock opens and closes with your remotes. So on your display, it's going to say to close it or to open it. Now the difference is with the front, that doesn't go on the display, but when you open your hood, the display is going to say opened, you know, OPENED. And then when you close it, that's going to go away and it's just going to say open, meaning you want it to open. So when it just says open, the hood's closed. When it says opened, it's open. So you'll know where you're at with that between those two words there. So, but this is going to be real nice because you always get handprints all over the front of this car when you close the hood and stuff like that. And I just think it's a better setup if, like I said, if you want to open it remotely or just pop it open for somebody else that's coming to the car, whatever. But either way, it's an easy setup to put on. It's not a bad price, and I think it's well worth it. So I will have a rear diffuser to put on this car as soon as I get it to finish it off. Well, and I got a different front splitter too. So I don't know if I'll do that at the same time or I'll probably just do one at a time. But then the car will be 100% to me. I'm really happy with this car. I'm going to do a whole review on this car and kind of combine it with the other Model S I had because it was very similar. It's just a little slower. but the experience between the two, I'll do a review on that and what I think between that and my other gas-powered cars I had. So until next time, please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.